Hi, I'm a person living with Parkinson's. My name is Peter Raymond and my story begins on Father's Day in 2001. That's the day that my wife and I decided to get the children together around the dinner table and tell them the news that I'd been diagnosed with Parkinson's. We sat and ate our dinner, and then I said, or my wife said, "Dad's got something to tell you." Everyone listened expectantly, waiting for the good news, and I said, "I've got Parkinson's disease." Well, you could have dropped the pin and you would have heard it fall to the floor. My son left the room, obviously distressed, because he and I played cricket in the same cricket team. And as far as he was concerned, his dad never gets sick and never experiences any health problems whatsoever. My daughter became very upset, and everyone around the table was visibly moved. So my wife said, "Well, hang on. Dad's the same person today with Parkinson's as he was yesterday without it." And I said, "Look, it's not terminal, it's not fatal, I'm not dying, I'm here for the long haul." And my daughter said, after a moment's reflection, "Darn, there goes my inheritance." And she followed that up with, "At least, Dad, you'll get a disabled parking sticker." Well, I'm still waiting for the disabled parking sticker about 9 years later. But my story really begins probably 10 years before that, and it begins with having to buy an electric toothbrush because I couldn't muster the strength to clean my teeth properly. It begins with me spending a lot of time at chiropractors, physiotherapists, taking hundreds and hundreds of anti-inflammatory drugs for a sore neck and sore shoulder and aching limbs and painful joints. I tried every kind of massage, well, almost every kind of massage, to no effect. At work, we changed the ergonomic structure of the office, so everyone, because of me, got a new desk, a new screen, a gas lift chair to improve their posture. And of course it didn't work because posture wasn't a problem, but they liked their new facilities. Eventually, when I was playing cricket too, and I played high-level cricket for 40 years in fact. But with cricket I noticed I was losing strength and couldn't hit the ball as hard and as fast as normal. I couldn't throw the ball anymore. When I ran, I cradled my arm. When I walked, my arm didn't swing. At work, and at tennis, when I served, the ball would sometimes hit the back fence and sometimes run along the ground. So I was losing strength, suffering extremely sore neck, shoulders. It was thought to be perhaps tennis elbow, golfer's elbow. I wore orthotic devices to play tennis on my elbow and wrist. It was thought to be arthritis, frozen shoulder. I had x-rays on my shoulder, and this continued for many years. I even noticed at work after lunch I'd get extremely fatigued and find myself needing a quick nap. Sometimes or occasionally in the car in sunny, warm weather, I'd be sitting at traffic lights and I'd find myself dozing off. So I was fatigued, tired, lacking strength, and something had to be done. So eventually I went to my GP, and because it obviously wasn't arthritis and it wasn't old age, and he said, "Peter, squeeze my hand, shake my hand," which I did. And he said, "What's your handwriting like?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, it's indecipherable. When I write notes and take notes at meetings, I can't read them afterwards." And then he said, do you swing your arm when you walk? And I said, well, no, I don't. And he said, oh, you've got Parkinson's disease. So it took him 3 questions and about 30 seconds to diagnose what I'd been experiencing for 8 or 10 years. And I went and saw a neurologist and had an MRI and just to make sure there wasn't something else wrong with my brain, and put onto some medication. Cabeza was the medication, cabergoline, and I could only stay on that medication for a little while because that caused some compulsive behaviours which were unpleasant and undesirable and potentially very dangerous. So I changed drugs and in fact also changed neurologists, and I've been with the same neurologist now for about 8 or 9 years. What does it mean in my daily life? Well, I still do everything I ever did before, except a bit slower. I have had to stop playing cricket, mainly not because I can't play, but I can't contribute anymore. I don't run fast enough and can't hit the ball properly, and find the hot weather extremely taxing. So standing on a cricket field for 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday afternoon is not good for my health. So I've stopped playing cricket, stopped playing tennis because again I don't make a valid contribution when I play, but I exercise 1 or 2 nights a week playing basketball and indoor soccer or indoor hockey, running, doing weights, and I exercise as much as possible. And I've retired from work because I found an 8-hour day, 5 days a week, just too tiring, and I couldn't cope. But I do devote a lot of my time to Parkinsons Victoria, sitting on the board and subcommittees and contributing my time as an ambassador, speaking to community groups, sometimes as often as once or twice a week. So I keep busy, but I work at my own pace and manage my fatigue and tiredness that way. I still do other things. I'm a civil celebrant. I retrained after retiring from my work as an HR manager. I retrained a few years ago as a civil celebrant, so I conduct weddings and funerals, and that keeps me busy and in contact with people and doing all the things that work does for a person's self-esteem. And I've got 3 beautiful grandchildren, 3 grandsons aged 6, 4 and just on 12 months. So they keep me busy and they're a lot of fun, and I certainly intend to be around for a long time yet to see my grandchildren grow up and bring a lot of joy to my wife and myself. So that's my story. I count myself very fortunate. I'm not severely afflicted by Parkinson's. There's a lot of things I can't do properly and I have to do slowly, and I experience discomfort. But by and large, I count myself lucky to be in such good health.